Aloha, my name is Krista Lakshmidettan, coming to you from beautiful Florida. I call myself a holistic wellness coach as well, inner alchemist, and I help people to start the process with healing and resetting their body, mind, and spirit. And these monthly videos I do about messages and numbers, and I use in the number section the new time numerology. So I add a little bit of different elements of the new time energy, which are the energies of indigo crystal, golden energies, and always and soon coming also emerald energies. So and on top of that, I will also do a little bit of the cards later. Also, I talk a little bit more this month also about the crystals. So let's jump right in. So the month of May is for very many countries, it is signifying beautiful, beginning of the spring. And number five is actually guided by the planet Jupiter, and it is action taking energy, it's movement, travel, it's also adventures, freedom, and it has also a little bit of that impulsive, rebellious energy. So it may happen that before you get into this beautiful month of May, you may not even have planned any like trips or travel. And then as the May comes in, the energy is just so inviting that you just feel suddenly, oh, I need to do like, even if it's a day trip or a weekend trip. And I would really recommend to make it happen because it may also have some hidden treasures for you. And it is a beautiful month, of course, when we also take the word May into letters. It is the number three, which is again the Holy Trinity number, which we have talked about quite a bit here. And it is the number of creativity, ambition, expression, imagination. And the Holy Trinity, I always see it as the number of helping to unite the visible and invisible. And how we can do it, it is actually to start to learn more about the inner world. And in my case, how I like to invite people into that is through the, inner archetypes. And if nothing else, most people have heard about the inner child. So once they start to really look deeper into the inner child stuff, then things will start to take a different feel and shape. So that's really beautiful. And the number three, how it came together was 1 plus 2, which is the sun and the moon coming together, which we talked quite a bit about in the previous videos. So it is the masculine and feminine dancing together. And once they come together, they can give birth to a project, to a child, something new. And this is the key to number three is actually the polarities. The polarities have to come together. They have to learn how to dance with each other and also how to attract each other, because when they are not doing that, then it is a conflictual energy, repellent energy, and it's very, very hard to, get it to the level that it would, turn into a seed to give birth to something else. So that's a good thing to bear in mind. Maybe even like look into this month as something, where and what is still in my life in that rebellious energy or conflictual energy or resistance energy. And once you find those elements, then also how can you change them quickly and as fast as possible? So I hope you all enjoyed those extra eclipse videos I did. And even though the eclipse is done and over with, I would recommend still to go back because the energy and influence of this eclipse, which we just had, has actually effect for the next 20 years. That's my sense about that. So even if you were late to the game and you didn't manage to do all these things, it is still possible to do the assignments I gave there and still get the benefit to create a different fine and tune for the next years. What I noticed myself in this process was that this last month I really stepped into like a different power and energy. when it comes to my own energy, and I really dove deeper into my human design. And as this was going deeper, I also started to set boundaries better, started to really act quite a bit of different, and really figure out when to say no and how to say no and so on. So it's really, really interesting to see how that shifted, and also with that polarity energy with the sun and the moon playing with that solar eclipse was so much to do also with things which were like kind of surfaced or kind of like pushed down, they were surfacing, and many of you may have felt that as well. So now the month of May, we are kind of like babies, like kind of figuring out like, okay, where are my legs? Like, am I like standing on my 2 feet, or am I still kind of like this between the worlds? So it may energetically still feel weird. So let me go through a couple of other numbers, and then as we get into crystals, you understand how the crystals in this alchemy can actually really help you to embody more of that energy and also get that support, what all of us may need this particular month. So when we put together the number of the month 5 plus the year 2024, we get the number 1 and 3, which brings us to 4. So 1 is the number of sun, as you remember, and 3 is just what I explained. But 3 is also guided by Mars, and Mars can be a little bit like, warlike, and a little bit of that, like, how would you say, like a resistance creator energy. So, and it can be also a little bit hardcore, like kind of too direct and too kind of like rigid at times. So, but when we put them together here to 4, then it softens it because it goes more into this like creative energy flow. The feminine energy comes in. And now just going back, Sun and Mars next to each other. So it's a very, basically what Sun is doing is amplifying and multiplying the Mars energy. So if you look at that like that, so if you have some resistance or conflictual energies, they may be amplified. If you don't pay attention and don't put them together, bring that next level, which is 4, which is business, which is creativity, which is growth, and is guided actually by Mercury. It is also very grounding, even though I personally feel it has more like a feminine, like air and maybe even water energy more. It is also reminding us reliable energy, consistency, trustworthy, cautious, and then organization as well. So if we want to really make business work well, we have to have organizational, logistical stuff in place. And 4 is also a very powerful number, especially when you talk about the new time energy here. It's the 4 directions. So, north, south, east, and west. And it's also beautiful 4 seasons. We have the winter, we have the spring, summer, autumn, and winter again. And then we have the 4 elements. So fire, water, earth, and air. So all of these actually also remind us that everything goes in cycles. So 4 is also like a very powerful like cycle number. So many things kind of function from that. So now, when we will actually come to number 7 just in a bit when I get to the cards. And 7 here is also reminding us about, Saturn. And Saturn, as I said, doesn't need to be a really bad thing. It can be actually really reminding us like, hey, how are your things with, all your systems and structure? Is there anything what needs to be changed, and so on? So you can look at that from that perspective. But it is also the number which is bringing spirituality and consciousness together. So it's basically like giving birth to those ideas and bringing them into this world. And as you get to the card, it makes totally sense. You will see. So now, I want to go through these beautiful crystals, which also came through these different numbers. And number 5 is actually yellow sapphire. And this is not a very like common crystal. And what this crystal can help us with is to bring wisdom, encourage to understand ourselves, to see ourselves with honesty and kindness, give us insight into our own motivation, gifts, and mistakes. And that's a really crucial one because sometimes you think like, oh my God, why did I do this? Or that was a huge mistake. And then you feel like, you know, how things are actually were meant to happen this way because it was a divine guidance and something else and something maybe even better happens after that, you know. So, and also it helps us to know when to trust our own instincts and when to listen to others. And let me see if I have it also here. Yeah. And sapphire in general also is good for fortune, wealth, and success. So you will now hear several crystals which are actually all supporting that. So that will tell us that, you know, the month of April, if it hasn't happened yet, this month is really a possible month for extra layers of success, you know. It can help fulfill dreams by easing frustration. It's useful for increasing intuition while providing serenity and sense of peace. Negativity can be dispelled by this gemstone with use of intention. So ancient use was to protect against harm, particularly envy. So sapphire is a little harder to get crystal or gem. So if you don't have it, you can just connect to the energy of sapphire and just say, okay, whatever I said here, which one of those things is really resonating with you? Is it serenity? Is it sense of peace? Is it intention? What's the case, you know? And then you know, your beautiful fortune, wealth, and success is always good, right? And yellow, as such, if I take like in general, it's actually a beautiful color of sun. It is a color of joy, so it amplifies all of that and then brings that joy into the game as well. Okay, so then Mercury here is connected actually to Emerald. And this is a powerful nurturer of relationships. So when you don't have an emerald yet, I really recommend to get at least one little piece. And there's so many. This is a little easier to get, you know, crystal. It's also helping love, good communication, empathy, and helps to be true to your own emotions, escaping coldness, hypocrisy, and pretense and recovery from illness. So, a very, very powerful one as well. And adding here, it is also one of the well stones attracting material monetary support. It is associated with the heart and helps with harmony and relaxation. Awareness and balance are also added with regular use, and it's also used to increase psychic ability and foreseeing the future. So, as you see again, the wealth and success and material monetary support is coming up. So, second time already. And then we have Ruby, which is boosting your confidence in social or professional situations. Also, really good to encourage positive and loving feelings. And when you want to keep your sensuality alive, keep it in your bedroom. So, and what else is Ruby really good is helping to bring and keep wealth again. So, third time, right? Helps to keep unhappiness away, and great joy and happiness can also be manifested with use. This gem assists with self-love as well as love from and to others. Visions can also be aided with rubies. So ruby is little harder to get, a little more pricey, but not possible. There are different pendants you can get. There are little pieces you can get. You can turn into jewelry yourself, or you can also buy rings as well. So many ways to bring that in. So these were these crystals, and then let's see now when I add our card here, it just kind of adds to the game, which is turquoise and is saying leadership qualities, clear communication, prosperity, and success. So all of the four crystals, which we mentioned now here, have all actually said wealth and success. So sapphire, ruby, emerald, and turquoise. And also quite a bit of emerald and turquoise, so green and blue, and yeah, we have red and yellow, so all kinds of like different colors, so lots of colorful crystals. So if you don't have the crystals, I would recommend just to connect to the energy and spirit of these crystals and ask them to help you. If you have them, I would recommend you to cleanse all your crystals, and then you can cleanse it with sage, with water. Some of the crystals you have to be careful with the water because they can actually dissolve. But in general, it should be good. And then after you have cleansed them, you can recharge them with moon or sun energy. Moon energy is feminine, sun energy is masculine. And sometimes also, if you want both polarities to work for you, you can also do one moon night and one sun day, and then they are charged like with both polarities. And then you can put your own intention to it. Like, what would you like that particular crystal to do? Like all of these crystals, which I mentioned now, they are all for material success and prosperity. So you can easily say, okay, help me to manifest the polarities, help me to bring things into this world from the invisible world with ease, or whatever the case is. And of course, when you have the physical crystal, it helps because it's a physical manifestation already. If you don't, you can just imagine that you're talking to the spirit of the crystal and then inviting this to really support you. So that's possible too. It's your life. It depends how you want to create it. And then our Zen tarot card for the month came patience. As you see, this beautiful lady is actually very pregnant. It shows these different like cycles of the moon. It shows like this beautiful, colorful area around. It actually has all the elements in here as well: fire, water, earth, and air. So when we bring a project into this world, we actually have to use all of the elements to bring them into the world. You see, this woman is really in blissful state. The eyes are closed. It's really like in a resting pose, so relaxed. There is no like stress or frustration or resistance energy here. It's just like sitting on its throne and just flowing and receiving and resting, ready to receive. So like a true queen, sitting on its throne. And we have the number 7, and as you see, different like colors. So this signifies that this is all the 4 elements here. And 7, as I said, is a very powerful number when it comes to bring things and ideas from the spiritual to the material world. And it's also reminding us the importance of the material world. So in order for also maybe even like a bigger sum of money to come, what do you need to prepare? Do you need like a bigger wallet, a new bank account? What is it you need to prepare so that this new money can come? And once you have prepared it, it's much easier for it to come because the nest is already there waiting for it. And most people wouldn't do it this way. We always say like, oh, I don't have the money, or I can't invest, or whatever the case is. And they are basically just like, waiting, and the thing may never happen because the money really would like to come to a comfortable, nice nest, and where money would feel welcome. So look at that from that perspective as well. So another reminder of all of these, structures and systems which may help to make this with feminine, divine feminine here, feel totally receptive and receiving all of these energies with, total acceptance and flow. And also, as you see, this woman here is not afraid of anything. So number 7, as I said before, is a very beautiful, we could say, maturing masculine number, means that this woman here feels safe. So maybe there are, several men who are protecting or making this woman to feel really safe, or whatever the case is. So there's no fear here. There is just courage and bliss and just like receiving mode. And that's a very, very beautiful reminder for all of us. How can we create more of that? And when you are creating something and are pregnant with that idea, so how you can support it. And as you see, all the moon cycles here as well. And also, when a baby is in the belly, usually we can't really force it out earlier. If that is the case, it's always, a little more complicated. So what can we do to really help this baby to come here at the time? So whether it's a baby or project. So 7 is a very beautiful grounding energy. Okay, so and then also think, what else can you do or be to really support this beautiful woman, or who else can support and be? And also, if you are a man, you also have the feminine energy, so you can also use that very beautifully. Then, what or who is keeping me away from my dream life at the moment is your magic question from my magic bag. And 46 for, again, the beautiful growth and business number. 6 is flow and the feminine, and also the water element. So, and then we put them together, which is 10. As you know, I have said before, it is like the jackpot number of the whole new time numerology. Usually in the old numerology, 0 was not even counted as a number. I count it as a number because 0 is that space of nothingness. That is where your inner divine feminine wants to also rest and be sometimes. And sadly, many of us, we don't give enough space for that to happen. So let's read it once more. What or who is keeping me away from my dream life at the moment? And when you are asking this for the next 30 days every morning, universe will start to give you very clear, ideas, what or who that is. And pay attention, because that can be very, very crucial for some new things which are coming your way and helping you to create your dreams. So look at that from that angle, and be open. And also, if you need to make changes as you get answers, like what or who is keeping you away, then make those changes happen. So very, very beautiful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have at least 5 people who would also get benefit from it, please share with them. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe so that you can get all the notifications. And also check out, as we are now going and testing out different things here, there may be some beautiful additional adventures and online possibilities to go deeper available with me. And the regular things, I'll also post always underneath this video to do online sessions, numerology, Zen, or mermaid divination, or also sign up for my coaching business options for the body, mind, spirit, inner alchemy relationship program, as well, beautiful wellness reset, as well, mental fitness. So if I can help you in any way, let me know. Lots of aloha. Enjoy.